Hello and welcome to this taste challenge. We have two famous products, 40 Creek, Barrel Select, Crown Royal XO. Let me take it out the gray felt bag. Okay. 40 Creek went on to the market in the year 2000. All right. So it's been on the market 23 years. Product of Canada, imported by Campari America. So it's part of the Campari Group. It's one of the Campari Group companies, 40 Creek. It was started by two guys and they were partners, but they did sell out to Campari in 2014. Okay, that's what happens. I'm sorry if that upsets people. Multiple gold medal winner. This is true. Aged in oak and crafted for smoothness. Now, this product, we don't know how long either one of these are aged, but we do know that this one is aged in ex-bourbon barrels. It's a blend of grain whiskeys. They didn't say anything about malt whiskey. Grain whiskeys aged in ex-bourbon barrels and in new white oak barrels. Now, Crown Royal XO. We don't know when that was introduced. It doesn't say on the website. I never could find out. But I know it is finished, not aged, but finished, the last few months or weeks. Finished in cognac barrels. Whose cognac? Don't know. They don't say. I'm not even aware that Diageo owns a cognac brand, but they probably do. They just don't have it on their website. Probably some obscure thing. All right. Get my tags straight. So we did Stout Sunday. I brought the Carrel Stout. Interesting, unusual product from Belgium. Nothing great, but I gave it a B. It was good. Nothing great, though. All right. Crown Royal XO has a fancy cap. Dark. It's copper. Yeah. Okay, now first we got to look at price point, because when you do a taste challenge, you got to look at price point because that's an important reference point. And I've had people tell me, you're obsessed with price. I'm not obsessed with the price at all. I have people ask me all the time, what did you pay for that? They're curious. They want to know. Okay. When you go buy a car, you don't check the price. You don't say, well, no, I don't care about the price. Whatever it is, I'll pay it. Yeah, sure. I'm sure that's what you do. Or a truck. All right. The 40 Creek is copper, it's dark, and the Crown Royal is like amber, not quite as dark, but they're both pretty dark. They're both 80 proof, so 40% alcohol, and they both do not have an age statement. Now, I think there's some clues. Here's a clue for Campari's 40 Creek. The company started in 1992, but their first whiskey wasn't released till 2000. That's 8 years. So maybe they did their distilling and had to let the stuff age 8 years before they could release it. That makes sense, doesn't it? But we don't know. It's a guess. Crown Royal XO, aged in cognac barrels. What is an XO cognac? It's a cognac that's aged 6 to 10 years. Lowest is 6, highest is 10. 6 to 10 years. So was the Crown Royal XO aged 6 to 10 years? I don't know. They don't say, but that's, to me, it sounds like a good guess. What are the other grades of cognac brandy? VSOP, very smooth old pale, aged 4 to 6 years. 4 to 6 years. And then there's the base level, VS, very smooth, but probably really means very standard, aged 2 to 4 years. 2 to 4 years. Okay, so Craig Swinson says price matters. It matters to most people, except for snobby people who are trying to impress everybody, And I just get that feeling that's what they're doing. They're saying, oh, I don't care about price. I'll pay any price. And they always let you know, yeah, this beer was $19.99 for one bottle. Yeah, I bought it. It's like, okay, great. I wrote it in the elevator with Barbara Jordan one time. All right. Now let's look at the you can taste challenge. Your internet was cutting in and out. I know. I had trouble. I figured out what it was. I'm gonna try to solve that problem. I knew what. That's why I'm restaging it. There was something wrong, and I figured out what the something was. Hector. So Barrel Select. Now they got a new label. Look at the new label. They introduced this last year. When I saw this label, I was like, what is this? They said they didn't change the products. They just changed the label to make it look fancier and newer, you know. Exciting and new. Niagara whiskey. Because it's made close to Niagara Falls and all of that. Still called Barrel Select. Still 80 proof. Still don't have an age statement. The blend that started it all, our Barrel Select, was our first blend. Individually aged grain whiskeys from rye, barley, and corn. Rye, barley, and corn, meaning unmalted, just grain. Rye grain whiskey, barley whiskey, and corn whiskey. They age each in seasoned ex-bourbon barrels and new American white oak. Okay, so they're blending them separately, and then they blend, you know, they're aging them separately, and they blend it all together. Now, some people take issue with that. I don't know why, but they got some kind of like fixation with if it's blended whiskey, it's bad. I don't really get that, but some people seem to think that, you know. They're like, it's got to be single malt. It's got to be single malt, all malted barley. Well, that's a type of whiskey, single malt. It's, you can read about it, but it's all malted barley, no grain whiskey, all malted barley. You say, well, barley is a grain. I know, but it's malted. That's a type of whiskey. Do I like single malt? Yeah, I like it, but I'm not. I like all different types of automobiles too. I'm not hung up on one type. I mean, if you want to be hung up on one type, that's cool too. It's your business. Doesn't make the other people bad because they like different types. Crown Royal XO, skillfully blended Crown Royal whiskey finish in cognac casks, resulting in both an extraordinarily complex, smooth expression. This is an elegant whiskey that is deliciously balanced with hints of vanilla, spice, and rich dry fruit. Well, I'm not too sure about all that, but anyway, people are asking about the Master Series. Here's the other ones in the Master Series. Wine barrel finish. I'd like to try it. Reserve. I already have a bottle. I bought it. I haven't tried it yet. XR. That's going to cost a whole lot of money. But, you know, hey, I'm sure they're very nice. Even there's the 18-year, the 29-year, the reserve, the winter wheat. I've seen the winter wheat. I didn't buy it. Cornerstone. So yeah, I would like to try them at some point. But if you saw my liquor backstock, you'd realize why that point's going to be a long way from now. I was wondering that myself. How common is single malt in Canadian whiskeys? Guess not too common, but I'm sure they exist. Just like in the United States, they have single malt whiskeys, all malt. They got a guy in Louisiana makes rice whiskey. He says, I make rice whiskey. Melek. Is it good? I don't know. I never had it. I would assume it's probably good. Okay, let's go with the nose. Okay. Smells like corn. And maybe that little twang from cognac barrels. It's just a twist on it. You know, it's not going to make it profoundly different. It's just a twist. Gives it a little savoir-faire. And it makes it cost a lot more. All right. Let's go with the 40 Creek. I think it's 40 Creek. It is, because it got that caramel aroma. And I'm going to tell you, 40 Creek smells like caramel corn. You know, the corn with the caramel, like fiddle faddle. It smells and tastes like fiddle faddle. I don't know about the peanuts. You know, fiddle faddle got the peanuts in it. But it smells and tastes like fiddle faddle. Now you say, well, I like fiddle faddle. You say, no, it's Crunch and Munch. It does, those are competitors. Crunch and Munch, yeah. But to me, it's more like Fiddle Faddle, but I don't guess that's what they're shooting for. You don't ever see any signs or billboards. 40 Creek tastes like Fiddle Faddle. No. So I'm going to call it. I know this is it's the Crown Royal. Do they smell alike? Well, in a sense that one smells like corn and one smells like caramel corn. Both corn. And if you look at the website for 40 Creek, they got a tutorial, like a little learning center where you can learn about different types of whiskeys, and they talk about what are the requirements for the alcohol, the grains, the aging, if they can add coloring. It's very informative, very helpful. It's got one little mistake, claiming bourbon has to be aged 2 years. No, that's straight bourbon. That's a type of bourbon, straight bourbon. The most popular type, of course. But actually, if it's just bourbon, it doesn't have to be aged any specific amount of time. I've seen bourbon that was aged 6 months. I didn't buy it, especially with the price that was too high. But that was some pale looking stuff. Might have been good. Don't know. Never had it. Okay, so taste. Okay, the Crown Royal XO is exquisite. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and downplay it like it's not that good. It's really good. I mean, this is no joke. It's $35 a bottle. The 40 Creek is $20. 35, 25, 20. That's a $15 difference. 35 to 20. So you could buy the Crown Royal XO, and it's going to be $35. Now you might shop around and find it for 33, but it's going to be a chore to find that. But you could, but it's going to probably be 35. Same thing with this. You say, well, I found it for 18. Okay. How long did it take you to find it? 2 days. I'm kidding around in a way. I see a lot of videos where people talk about Sazerac rye whiskey, and they say, man, it's so expensive though. $50. I keep hearing it. $50. I say $50. In Louisiana, it's $18.99 every week. And that is the truth. $18.99, and I'm not making it up. I know. The headquarters of Sazerac is here, and they do distill it here in New Orleans to a limited extent. Most of it's done in Kentucky. But that's true. $18.99 every day. So no, I wouldn't pay 50. I wouldn't pay 40. I wouldn't pay 30. I wouldn't pay 20 because I can get it for $18.99. Now, this 40 Creek, is it good? It is good. But it literally tastes like Fiddle Faddle. It tastes like caramel corn. I like caramel corn. Now, it tastes like 40% alcohol caramel corn, you understand? No, I mean, so you could get a little confounded drinking it. But I didn't pay no $19.99 for it, though. Walmart had it on closeout for whatever reason, and I do not know. They wanted to go just to the big jug bottles, the handles, the big glass handle bottle. So they got rid of all the regular size bottles. I was in Walmart. They had this for $9. $9. A $19.99 bottle. So 20 for 9. Half of 20 is 10. But they had it for 9. And yes, I bought it. Well, who wouldn't buy it? Now, when I went back a week later, did they have any bottles left? They had no bottles left. There's no way. That's going to stay on the shelf. So if you see a sale like that and you say, well, I'm going to check back later. You can check back later. You're not going to see it. It's not going to be there. You have to immediately act on that. I'm not telling you go spend money you don't have. I'm not saying that. You should never do that. But on the other hand, you're not going to get the product. It's not going to be there. Okay. It's just not going to. Like Old Charter, $16 whiskey. They had it for $8. I bought a bottle. I gave another bottle to my friend David as a gift. Did they keep it on the shelves? Yeah, for about 2 days. Gone. Now they only have the big handles and they're 32. Okay. Now they might be 26, but I think they're 32. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So that's just a lesson. If you see a sale that's extraordinary, you better act, or you're not going to see it. No, I never saw Crown Royal XO for half price. I never saw Crown Royal XO discounted ever. The lowest I've ever seen it priced is $32.99. $32.99, and I paid $34.99. Okay. Is it a better product? Let's talk about it for a minute. It has a luxurious flavor. It's rich corn. It's like whiskey soaked oak. It's got a lingering finish. It's a beautiful product. It's like a bouquet, I meant to say a boutique whiskey. It ain't really a boutique whiskey because I bought it at Walmart, and Walmart ain't no boutique. But you know what I mean? It's a mass-produced product, but it's got a lot of elegance to it. Now, I had trouble with it when I went up against other Crown Royal products. It performed very poorly against its brethren, Crown Royal Deluxe, Deluxe, depending on which spelling you want to use, because they spell it two different ways on their website. It did very poorly against Crown Royal Black, and it did very poorly against Crown Royal Barrel Bourbon, Crown Royal Bourbon Mash, Blender's Mash. Now, against these lesser Canadian whiskeys, yeah, it's winning. Beat the Canadian Gold, wasn't worth $29 more though. It beat the McAdams, wasn't worth $29 more though. And it's beating the 40 Creek, but I wouldn't pay $15 more. It's just not worth it. You said, but you bought it. You bought it. I know I bought it. I bought it because I had to try it, and I couldn't try it by just thinking about it. I had to purchase it. But in a normal, everyday, say, let me go buy something. No, I would just save the $15 and buy the 40 Creek. It's a good substitute. It tastes really nice. Not to the level of the Crown Royal XO. But on the other hand, you're not going to ever try it if you don't buy it and try it. So, and don't be waiting around and say, I'm going to let my friend let me try it. Don't be like that. Just buy it. I mean, unless you don't have the money. This channel supports budgets and following your budget and getting out of debt. You can do a lot when you don't have any debt. You can do a lot every month. No house note, no car note. The only bills you have is utilities, electricity, cable, and internet. Gas, natural gas, which the fanatics out there want to outlaw because they're insane. Phone, water, your water bill. But that's when you have no house note or car note or any other bills. I mean, you got to pay for your car insurance and your house insurance. But beyond that, but you could pay that in a year. You could pay your house insurance one bill. You just pay it off once a year. Of course, it's going to cost a lot. That's why you have a savings account. You can pay your car insurance once every 6 months, twice a year. But yeah, so I do practice what I preach. I'm preaching it and I practice it. Okay. When I bought the Nissan car in 2021, the guy was like, well, now let's look at the financing, and I'm going to get that guy to go run your credit rating. And I was like, what are you talking about? I'm going to write a check for the whole amount. I have my checkbook, so I'm going to write out a check for the whole amount. He was like, he like pushed all the paper to the side. He pushed all the paper off the desk. He said, let me go, I'm going to go check with my manager, my sales manager about something. And I said, well, now we got movement. All right. Anyway, so the winner, but with many qualifications, is the XO. It's a winner, but you got to take a lot of things into consideration. Now, is the bottle beautiful? Oh, yes. Would it be a nice wedding gift? I think so. How about 40 Creek? Would it be a nice gift? I think it would be. It's a credible product. It's a really nice product. It's not some cheapo. It's not like you're saying, oh, I'm so glad you're getting married. I bought you some Caliber Canadian from Walmart. It was $5.96 in a beautiful plastic bottle. Nobody's going to fall for that. You should be ashamed. Although that's actually a pretty good product, but it looks, it looks shabby and everything. But I'm not trying to downplay Caliber. It's actually much, much better than the price indicates. But you know what I'm saying? Give this for a gift. If you want to give a really nice gift, give the Reserve. It's only $44. I haven't tasted it. Don't know if it's any better. Okay, now let's look at the comments. Cheers, Louisiana whiskey reviews. Thanks, Tommy. Robert Futt says, think they added flavors or sugar? I get the feeling that they might have added caramel, but I don't think they can add caramel. I think they might have added rum, but what's rum made out of? Oh, yeah, sugar. What's caramel made out of? Oh, yeah, sugar. Okay, makes sense. You got sick from 40 Creek? I bet you didn't just take a little sample of it. DCG 44. If something is good deal, others will know that as well, and out the door it goes. Never hesitate if you can afford it. You got that right. If you see a deal like that, you got to buy it. You got to make your move right now. I saw the Busker Irish whiskey, kind of an obscure Irish craft whiskey. I saw the Busker triple distilled green label and the Busker red label single grain, not single malt, single grain. They do make a single malt, blue label. I never saw that. It's $35 a bottle. $35 a bottle. And Walmart had it for $10 a bottle. As you can imagine, I immediately bought both of them. And as you know, well and good, there is no more on the shelf. You know there's not going to be any more on the shelf. How can that happen? Isn't it? Hello, Butch Willie. I'm excited for any holiday. But my excitement may not be the kind of excitement y'all thinking about. I thought I would put some flags up. I like flags. I used to study flags. I know a lot about flags. I have some flags. They're red, white, and blue. Got stars on them. They're pretty. So I like to honor things, so I'll probably have them flying. No, but I mean, I really do know a lot about flags, Like, for instance, did you know the British flag, the Union Jack, the British flag, that real pretty one? It's also an official flag of Canada. It's not the flag of Canada. That's the maple leaf, the national flag. But if you look on their Canadian government website, it is a flag of Canada. And that goes back to when they adopted the national flag of Canada in 1965. They made a compromise. And there's a whole story behind it. But it actually legally has to be flown on certain days. The British flag, has to be flown in Canada on certain holidays. It's not an option. It's not like, well, you can fly it if you want. No, it has to be flown. You could read about that. I can back that up. All right. So that's what I'm saying. I know a lot about flags. So that's it. That's it. Early Iron Maiden or early Metallica? I would say, I don't know what you mean by early Metallica, if you just mean Kill 'Em All. I would say Iron Maiden, their 1980 and 81 album, were never beaten. I remember when they got the new singer, Bruce Dickinson. I was thinking, he's pretty good. He's not as good as the original singer. I thought was a lot better vocalist. You're never going to top those first two albums. But, I tolerated it. Peace of Mind and Power Slave and all of that. But, oh, yeah, the 82 album, right? But I forgot about that one. But I don't know. I like to read about history. I don't really want to hear somebody sing about it, though. I don't know. I went to see him twice in 85. I saw him again in 88. It was good. 88 was better than 85. But yeah, Metallica, I was there. I was there, baby. I was there in 86 before the wreck. Never get over that one. But I was watching them for the Master of Puppets tour. I was there. And I said, it's the best concert I ever saw in my life. And it's still the best concert I ever saw in my life. I said, this band is for real. Then they had the wreck, and then, you know what happened then. So it wasn't for real no more. But yeah, I was like the best, the best. Okay. Couldn't get over that one. That was a serious band. I was sitting up there in the New Orleans, Lakefront Arena. And I was thinking, this is a serious band. They were serious back then, they just played for 1 hour. No talking, cussing, double entendres, any little snide jokes. It was just a serious, because they weren't famous then. They had to be serious. I was like, yeah, this band is serious, you know. Jack Daniel's been introducing a ton of new products. What do I think? I think that's very nice. I'd like to try them all. I have no problem with that. I'm cool with it. Government history, politics. Yes, I need to make another video. Any bottle and bond in this league? No, I don't have any Canadian bottle and bond. Do they have 100 proof Canadian whiskeys? Oh, I'm sure they do. I just don't have any. They mostly around 80 proof, you know. But they're cool. You know, I like Canadian whiskey. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm never going to apologize for that. I don't apologize for things I like. I like Canadian whiskey, and I'll be the first to admit it. And oh, never mind. I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to mention it. I was about to say I'd rather drink Canadian whiskey over bourbon. But I caught myself because people who flip out catch a hemorrhage, you know. What? What? Did you say what? So never mind that, baby. People shouldn't be cussing like these songs today, yelling. Yeah, I know, saying all those terrible things. And then telling you, you're wrong. No, you're the one saying it. All right. Thanks, everybody. Well, we'll be back next Sunday for, not with a whiskey unless things go wrong again, but we'll be back next Sunday for Super Sunday. Get ready for Super Sunday, you all.